I do is just cover a little project I'm doing for a customer at their house. They had one of these old stone fireplaces, quite old, it was 70s sort of style, little decorative brick, made to shelving either side for TV and such, wrapping around the fireplace. A very dated thing, they didn't like it. So we're going to rip that out, put in a clean standard fire front, which is just an half made of tiles, a floating shelf, and the fire sunk in, a little log burning fire. With the alcoves at the side, you still want something there, because there are pipe work issues going on there that I want to get out of the way. But I want something simple. The house is on a theme of pine. None of the cases, all the skirting boards, architraves, all the things, all in pine. So I want to keep it into that, whereas the old stuff was all mahogany and dark and too dreary for them. So, what we're actually doing is you can just see on my tablet here, I've taken a photo of the job so far, so I can refer to it and I've got measurements as well to go to it. So you can see here, everything either side has been ripped out already. We've plastered up the surround so it's nice and tidy, re-rendered inside the fire surround, and made this slate grey it's just out of standard tiles. It's these two sides here we're concerned with. Now what we know, we're going to put a floating shelf across here. That dimensions of that are going to be equal to the arc, which is a metre wide. We're going to have it protruding just 150mm, and we want bonos and some strength to it, some thickness to it, so no less than 30mm. I'll see what I've got in stock, but no less than 30mm in thickness. The sides, this is the side of concern, it's got all the pipework. There was a lot of pipework there, but I've moved it all back. This side's got the central heating pump and such. I've moved this socket up, because it was just dropped down inside on the floor. So I've sunk it up into the wall there, which will actually be above what I'm going to build. So looking at that pipe there, you can see the pipework that I've got to hide away. So the height of that is 400. It's actually under, but if I go 400 to the height, I will clear that. It's about 360, 370. So I'm going to come up 400, and I'm going to build a box, which is simply going to be flush to the front of the fireplace, run across, so that I can run a skirting board from there to there, right across, and it'll be even. But it's going to be a pine board, a pine ply, just a sheet of plywood. So no, that should be enough there. The top is going to be inch, so we can get access into that. But it's not going to need a whole lot. Obviously I'm going to lip at the sides and a lip across the back. But again, out of ply, there, because it can have some weight, I'll probably use 18mm ply. I want then, on the front of it, a bullnose lip that will protrude, just enough to make it look like it's protruding. But it wants to simulate the floating shelf over the fireplace. So we have matching bull noses. So that's the job at hand. Now, what I'm going to do, as I said, is 12mm ply at the front, 18mm ply on the top, a good bull nose across the front. Floating shelf, no less than 30mm, metre long, 150 deep. Floating shelf meaning I want some hidden brackets in the wall. So I just put steel plates or something, dug into the wall, holes dug in the wood, slide it on lower. You can make it permanent, move it mastic, or you can just leave it floating and you can slide it back up again when you want to decorate it. So let's get some timbers together and we can start working out what bits we need to. Right, so I've got from stock some 12mm ply here and some 18mm ply. That'll do both tops, this will do the front. Here, a lump of builder's CLS, that'll do the bull nose of the two little bits. And this, I'm going to chop it down and laminate it together to give me the floating shelf. It's got the dimensions exactly I need, but I want to double up on that and I don't have any stock. But this is good up every time. So I'll get that good up first, don't time to cure while working on everything else. Okay, so that's one side, and so we need later on. Now, we are only cutting up the tiles. So I'll cut first, I'll turn it forward a bit, just to maybe cut my hand, so I'll walk it through. Finish it.
What I'm doing now is not cut the length just yet because I'll end up too small. Because what I'm going to be doing is making a lid out of this. This will end up in 4 pieces. It will be the lid, the 2 wings and the back piece, which I'll then rejoin back together again. The reason for that is I want to make the lid close on an angle, so it's on a slant that way, and it will sit down and seal in the gap. But if I cut that, keeping it all together, it's a 3mm gap I'm going to have. So I don't want to drop down further, or we'll just have an existing 3mm gap. So what I'll do is take it all the way to the back and close the gap and rejoin it together. Cut off the back piece where I can put the hinge, that'll be a square cut. The front, I'll elevate that back 20mm, taking me down to 10mm thickness. I'll then notch in to that to overtake this, and then just 10mm of that will actually be overlapping the front, so the bottom will be less. You'll see as I go along, it's a little bit hard to explain. Right, I'm just setting this pitch to about 10 degrees. I don't need it any more than that. Just enough for it to stop it passing itself. And that's enough. Right, the first top is 950. Let's give it 200 there. 96, 200, 76. Yeah. Right, so I want to do 200 on this one, then I'll flip it round and do the same again because I want the centrepiece to have chamfers that way. So they're both pushing against the sides. Now I can remeasure and mark that piece again and cut that piece and I'll have the exact size I want after making the cuts. 950, which is there. Right. So we've got there the chamfers holding, which will hold the door lid in place, closes up the gaps. The back piece I will put some biscuit joints in there to go through, but first just bring them to it, and I just want to remove from these two the equal amount there. Right, and that's the second top ready. Okay, what I want to do now, drop this saw system away, is just cut the fronts to the correct length. Okay, so that's the front for the right side, and that's the top, the lid that will open there, two sides of the back, and the same again for the left side. Next, they're done, cleaning up and such. Next, what I've got to do is, these need biscuit jointing into them. Right where the V is will be the centre of the biscuit. Right, and then the other thing I've got to do is, of course, these front edges, 20mm. Okay, that'll bring it a little down. Right, then this one's going to come up 20. Maximum to the outer edge of the blade. Okay, that's done. Right. That's all we're going to do. And everything's like that. Now one of the that was 20 high, this one's for the 8 gap. So now they're all ready to accept the bull nose that I put on the front. In fact, the reason for that being such is that when this lid shuts onto there, it needs to sit on this, just this piece, not the bull nose that's going onto it. The bull nose will sit down there. So it's got this much in the bull nose, and at the top it's level with this. There. So it gives that impression, and it's got a lot of this with pulled off. That's your line. Right, so that's that done. Next we need to get the bull nose made, get these biscuits put in, and then we can come back to the floating shelf. Okay, so the first thing we've got to consider with the bull nose is we need it to be the same as the floating shelf. Now the floating shelf is 36 mil. So, the thickness of this 36 mil, it's not going to be much off that now. No, 38 mil. So we can take a mil off both sides, which will give us a better finish than what we've got there. And then that way, we need 20 at least, and I want to come out another 25 from that, I think. Yeah, so 45. So I want 45 that way, 30 and we can do the 45 that way first. Get rid of all the stuff we don't want. That way we're not cutting too much. Okay. 45, make it 50, I'll do both sides. We've got 2 pieces to do. We'll both bull noses. That's empty. That's it, all this bit of it off. We're going to make the top flush with that. So we need to go 20 mil into there. Then we'll take out that. Now, I could just put in fact what I'll do is I'll put a router bit in to match that. And that'll do me. Okay, and change that router bit. I'll put that one in. That'll give us the give us the size we want. To rebate now. Okay, the next stage, we're going to have that met as the bung nose. But like I said, the front needs to sit on there, and that front is 12mm. So we need to take that 12mm off of there. In fact, I think I allow 10mm for it. Yeah. Anyway, those measurements from there to there are already decided, so we can just take a measurement and see what that is. Yep, right where my line is, 370. We can take that off the back end on the tabletop. So there we have it, that's now rebated in. We just need to bullnose the tip of it, and that will sit at the top quite nicely. We've got the two, we need now to cut them to length so they fit onto each individual one only. But also I want to put that angle on so that we still replicate that stopping. Right, I've got the router set up with the bullnose, I've tested it, it's working okay. Now I want to do the shell, but first I've just got to top these edges, so because they've both come together, they're a little bit uneven, so I'm going to put the table just to get rid of that unevenness. Okay, that's nice. Now to the router. Right, that's the end of the cutting, at least for now. Next is to start gluing all this together. Which I'll use the brush glue for this, I think. Get more in there. It's really all the bullnoses. Should be enough on that. Yeah. We're about cleaning it up, I'll do that later. Oh, that one's right there. That's one. Okay, that's that side. Do the same with the other side. Right, I've been considering the stress points on this with it having appliances on them and such, and I'm a little concerned that just putting biscuit joints in here might not be strong enough. So I'm putting this apply underneath instead. Try and do all that again. Okay, that is the top. Let's go down like that. That's that one. Okay. all the way down to that. Just like no one matching. Put them together with a clamp while I screw them up. Good. Yeah, I think it is. Right, that's one done. Ready. Good and solid. Just need to go putting it later. Now there. Okay, so another one done. Ready and waiting. Now then, floating shelf. Simple process for the floating shelf. Don't go buying loads and loads of fancy brackets or anything like that, you don't need them. All you need is a couple of 10mm bolts. Reasonable length, these are 150. Cut the heads off, so you've got that left. Then on the drill down 50% into the wood, exactly. Straight, perfect. Then, make yourself another block of wood and drill that one as well. That's to take on site with you. It obviously gets straight. If you've got a block of wood and it's deep enough, you drill up all the way and it will go straight. When you get on site, mark where them holes are, exactly, by whatever means you want. Drill them 50% the depth into the brick. Through the plaster, into the brick. If you're going to a cavity wall, then really I would measure where your studs are first and drill this the same as the studs, because these will have to go into the studs. But on a brick wall, like I'm going to, it doesn't matter. Once you've drilled them in, threaded side into the wall and give it a good smack in until it's gone halfway. They will then be good and solid. This will slide in, and it will slide in pretty tight. If you want to make it so that it stays, put a bit of silicone or something in it and then push it in and it'll stay. But pretty much good chance it'll be a good tight fit anyway. You won't be able to pull it back out again without wanting to, so it's not going to fall off. I've done plenty of them like that. Believe me, it works. It's good and simple, and it's good and cheap. So, there's a tip. Now I'll go and cut the other one. Gotta take some cutting. Okay, right, well, all I've got to do now is give it a sanding down, put the hinges on and take it on site. Right, well now everything's cured, all the glues are set, I can now get down with some general sanding. Get it prepared, ready to go on site, get the whole noses finished off, clean up any edges and get the hinges fitted. Then we're ready to take it on site. Most important thing about sanding, good dust extraction. Really kills you if you don't. That, by the way, remotes it to the other end of the bench. Dust extraction. Like that, we'll sit on the front box. The front shelf. With that. Now come that. That's the mahogany. And that one. And you can see I've changed the colour of that simply by sanding down the veneer that's on the surface, leaving me a pine veneer underneath. Couldn't get a pine ply around here for some reason, so doing that, hard work, very laborious, but it's given me a whole pine top. Okay, ready for the engine back on. Okay, that's all done, all the sanding finished. Now I just need to put the hinges on and get it on site. Now unfortunately, I can't take the camera on site and do a video, but here's some photos that I took and I'll talk you through them. So, first a little bit of reflection. This is what I started off with. As you can see, a full stone fireplace. There's the fire, really big hearth, and the dark mahogany looking tops there. Not very nice at all, as you can see there. Well, I guess some people like this sort of thing. but this particular customer does not. So that is definitely a no-no. So out it all comes. Okay, and this is it, all ripped out. Quite a mess, I think you'll agree there. Now you can see this side, we've got the central heating pipes. Plastic joints there, leaking quite badly, just by the pump. The fire itself came out, making this steel plate at the top too big, because obviously it sat on the original brick wall. This side, you can just see there, I've got the blue alkathene pipe coming through for the main water supply. That was originally here, in fact, that was originally here coming through. And I've moved it all the way back there, giving it a lot more space in that cupboard. The half totally gone. Then, we put in a new half. As you can see there, a nice, I'm going to fingers that way, a nice solid slate one there. It's actually made of tiles, slate looking tiles. It's what they chose, that's what they like. It's at the back here we've got the original concrete slab that was underneath the original tiles. The front here I've just built it up out of 25mm rye rock boarding, two pieces of it. Screwed all that together, screwed it down to the floor, and then a good flexible tile adhesive, and filled up the front edge there, ready for grouting. Another one there, you can see, I think all we've got shown there is we've got that now moved up, that now repaired rather. Other thing, I've got to move this, you can see there, I've got to move this plug socket here. We want it sunk in the wall properly, not just a temporary thing like that. And that's the top being now repaired up and the inside rendered up as well. Just get all this preparation work before we can actually make the side bits. We've got to get everything else sorted out first. Right, and we have it. These are the side bits that I've made. As you can see, just plywood fronts that we had. The pine tops have been made with the doors there. That socket's been sunk in there, as I said. And the pine skirting board running across. Now it's a pitch pine, as you can see from this bit here, what they've been using, or what they've originally got. Somebody stained it all up there in a pitch pine. But all we're going to do is just seal it. At that side, again, it's just already in place. Now these bits here, we don't want to see them. It's just blank pieces of plywood. We don't want to see them. We just want it to blend in. So that's going to be, and you can see a close-up shot there. That's going to be like that. Decorated over. Now it disappears. And you see, stained up, or rather varnished with an initial sealing coat. It's just a 50-50 with white spirit sealing coat there. Sealing all that up, and there's the floating shelf. And the other side as well. The doors are open because obviously it's been treated, so we've got to wait for that to dry. That's all decorated, and that's how it looks when it's finished. And the main key to it, the customers are happy. That's all I care about. As long as the customers are happy, the job was a success. Right, well that's another project finished. You got any questions, put them in the bottom, I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Otherwise, thanks for watching, see you again next time. Bye for now.